Welcome to the first ever Monster Jam All-Star Challenge at Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm Scott Jordan alongside Gravediggers Morgan Kane and Leslie Mears, and it is a night of firsts as tonight we bring Chicago-style racing into Sam Boyd Stadium, and we debut the first ever best trick competition. 24 of the biggest and best superstars in Monster Jam are here to compete for Team Fire or Team Ice. Morgan, excited to have you here in Las Vegas, man. Talk about practice yesterday and what you expect to see out of Team Fire and Team Ice.
So I really think it was interesting because it's something that nobody's really ever seen before. I mean, you have this big, giant Friday night Chicago-style racing, and normally in the back, we're starting line back there. So I think for everything that's going to happen, there are going to be 3 areas in the track, big sweeper in the back, and the 2 jammers that you have to check up for before you take off to the finish line. So it's going to be really interesting tonight. I'm excited.
And Leslie, you're going to be back in the pits. Of course, you've been here many, many years. You know what an experience it is at Sam Boyd in the pits. Talk about what you're feeling, what you're hearing from the drivers.
So as far as driving style is concerned, there's really 2 camps of drivers out there. They're those guys that want to start on the ice lane because they feel that that's going to give them an opportunity to really gain some confidence in the track and to kind of like round those corners and get ready for the big sweeping turn in the back of the house. And then the other camp are the guys who want to take that turn first to get it out of the way because they're more familiar with the latter half of the track and they think that they can make up the time there. Everybody is so excited about it though. And for these guys to develop their own tricks, you know, they got to play with their Spin Master toys, they got to check them out at home first, you know, kind of make that come to fruition on the track tonight is really something special. We normally see the winner of the whole competition come out of that round, so statistically, those folks have the advantage.
We are ready to open up round number 1 of this incredible Chicago-style racing bracket. There's Neil Elliott and Max D up against Charlie Pocket and Gravedigger Fire. Each round 1 matchup is Fire versus Ice. So we're going to know right away who has the advantage. Blue lane and orange lane. Here we go.
And Neil Elliott is going into the last corner for this round. Charlie's going to have to pick up some time, so we should see some good pickup here. And he didn't even check up. He went for the big air. Oh, man. What an exciting first round.
And Neil Elliott and Max D gets 1 for Team Ice. What a year for Heavy D and Team Brodos for the 2019 Monster Jam Co-Rookie of the Year. But he has got no easy task repping Team Ice. That's the 2019 World Finals High Jump Champion. There is a look at Cynthia Gauthier in Monster Mutt Dalmatian Ice. She comes back in, hits that jammer, and now she has got to pick up that speed with Heavy D coming back inside the stadium. There is that drift turn we saw in practice yesterday. A lot of drivers having trouble right there, and Heavy D gets it. Over the jammer he goes. Cynthia trying on her side as well. This is going to be a finish for Heavy D in Brodozer, evening the odds 1-1, Team Fire and Team Ice. As a Triple Threat Series West champion, nobody else in this field has more than Tyler Morgan.
Well, Tyler's definitely getting a lot of seat time while he's on the Triple Threat Series, but here is a big floor, and just like he said, you're going to have to be consistent to make sure that you get to the finish line, and Cole Bernard definitely put in a tight race there.
There's a nice push there by the Black Pearl, not enough to derail Gravedigger, so another one for Team Fire. Here's
Scott Buteau taking it really wide out there, but it could help him because he's keeping that momentum up.
Now here comes Tom Manson, Max D Fire with 6 racing championships inside this stadium. And Monster Jam World Finals getting over the jammer, but I think maybe in an upset there. Scott Buteau gets it for Team Ice. What a nice win for Buteau and the entire Team Ice squad.
Out here, Cam has an advantage because he is used to a big stadium floor. He's really been jonesing to be back in the truck, and now that they're racing each other, this is going to be a great competition at the finish line.
Cam McQueen had a quiet 2019 when it comes to Monster Jam, but look at the finish coming up here, and sideways goes Cam McQueen. So it is Colton Eichelberger and Max D getting the win for Team Fire. Zombie Fire made it all the way to the final round in Orlando at World Finals 20, and there's a little bit of air on that jammer, and Morgan even talking about that. The drivers that are getting the less air are the ones that seem to get the faster time going over that.
I think the biggest advantage when you get up to that jammer is drive up it, jam the brakes right when your tires are right at the top of it, so that way it drags. Barry was just a little bit late on it, but they're both getting the same bounce, but that was a great pass.
Kristen Anderson now coming back inside the stadium in Gravedigger Ice. I love the body on that truck. Spin Master had the truck out throughout 2019, and it is incredibly cool in real life. So Kristen Anderson now up over the jammer, and here comes Lindsay Reed. But Gravedigger Ice gets over the finish line, and a big win for Kristen Anderson. So a bit of a different feel for the Anderson brothers tonight as they are going up against each other on separate teams. And despite a late push by Gravedigger, it is Son of a Digger with another win for Team Ice in round 1. As we're now moving into round 2 of America's Best Contacts and Eyeglasses Racing.
Oh man, little bobble in the corner. I think that's going to cost him some time.
Got a little sideways. Let's see if Megalodon Fire can pick it up. Some major air off that. That is going to cost Corey Rummel. And it is Neil Elliott and Max D moving on for Team Ice. That is why he was the 3rd overall pick in the All-Star Draft. Now John Zimmer gets that turn there a little bit better. There is another jammer run for both of them. Heavy D off the ramp, and that is close. Might be a 5-second penalty. We'll see if he got both tires over the starting line. Doesn't matter. John Zimmer and Dragon Ice moving on. There is a replay finish. Wow, that is the closest matchup we have seen so far. 2 of the most dominant female superstars in Monster Jam going at it. One will advance to round number 3, but either way, Team Ice walking away with another one.
I just want to like spotlight on this Gravedigger ice body that Kristen's been running. It's fantastic. It's such a nice addition to this show. I mean, this event right here is the Fire and Ice event. This is the biggest event that we've had this year, next to World Finals, and with these competitors that are in here, I mean, these are the best of the best. It's great racing.
Yeah, we knew we were going to see some surprises here in Gravedigger Ice. That body, an awesome following already. Brianna Mahan in Whiplash getting across the finish line, so a nice run for her, and she will move on to round 3. There is your bracket. It is Fire and Ice matching up, and very, very dominant in round 2 was Team Ice. In the head-to-head matchups, they were 5-0, so Team Ice now starting to roll away, and we are now into round 3, the quarterfinals. And Morgan, if you're looking at that bracket, there is one remaining member of Team Fire. That's Tyler Menega in Gravedigger.
Well, I know it's tough, especially for Team Fire to be able to come out as a victory tonight. I mean, we still have another event, but here in racing, Ice is dominating. Well, these guys right here, I mean, they are veterans of the sport. They've put enough time driving behind a Monster Jam truck longer than I've been alive. I mean, it's amazing what they have accomplished in the careers that they've been in, but Neil is really getting after it here.
Yeah, he stayed up on 2 wheels, so he still was able to accelerate and pick up speed. Let's see if John Zimmer can take advantage of the rare mistake from Neil Elliott. Here they come across the finish line, and it is Neil Elliott and Max D. So what a save for him, because you get into that final 4 round. 90 points are up for grabs in the final 4, so this race huge for Team Fire. And here comes Gravedigger over the jammer, and now he's figuring that out, Morgan.
Oh yeah, that's a way to do it right there. Over the jammer, Tyler Meninga is figuring out right when his, oh boy, oh no, what a mistake.
Almost a great save, but that's not going to matter here. Todd the Duke with a clear shot to that finish line, and he is not going to have any issues. So Team Fire is now eliminated from racing, and we are not even into the semifinals yet. Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger now approaching the starting line. He will rock out of that blue lane. In the orange lane, it is Brianna Mahan in Whiplash. 2 more teammates of Team Ice battling for that 1 spot in the semifinal round.
Ryan Anderson, Son of a Digger, he is starting to get comfortable here in Las Vegas. He's really being able to pinpoint his turns. He's going to try and figure out what's the fastest way for me to get around this track. And this is a good race for him to practice and make sure that he's getting as tight as he can to shave just a 1/10 of a second off of his time.
And you know there's not a track that Ryan Anderson cannot get down after a couple passes, and he has that turnout back down pat. Let's see the jammer, a little bit of air, but he slows it down, hitting the brakes, and Brianna Mahan not having the same luck. And Ryan Anderson wobbly across the finish line, but across nonetheless. Son of a Digger moving on to the semifinals.
That time right there, Scott, was the fastest time we've seen tonight. He's the first person to break into 34 seconds.
Neil Elliott and Max D on one side in that blue lane. On the other side, it's Todd the Duke and Monster Energy.
This is definitely not the first battle these two have raced each other in. They've spent time on tour together. Looks like Neil's got a little bit of a problem. I don't know if it's electrical issues, because he was having issues in practice yesterday with his batteries. So I'm hoping that they took care of it, but Todd's looking like he's got a bye run.
And this happened last round with Gravedigger, so Monster Energy was able to just slow it down, take his time, get across the finish line, and almost a victory pass there over Max D. So Todd LeDuc in Monster Energy, and I just mentioned that a lot of skill for Todd. He's a two-time World Finals champion, but I don't think anybody has been luckier tonight than Todd LeDuc. I believe they have 3 of the 4 fastest times of the night recorded. It was the same in practice one night ago, so a battle of 2 steel titans. One will advance to meet Todd LeDuc. Look at the skill of Cody Saucier around that turn over the jammer, but there is Son of a Digger in the orange lane, gaining ground and gaining fast.
Well, these two definitely have the fastest momentum of any drivers out there, but the true difference is going to be on this jammer. Who can scrub the fastest and get over to the finish line?
And this is going to be close, but it's Son of a Tigger. So in the racing final, you talk about 2 heavyweights. These are 2 former World Finals racing champions. Todd and Ryan have both won in this stadium before. It is ice versus ice, and this is what it's all come down to. Chicago-style racing, Monster Energy, and Son of a Tigger.
Well, Ryan is the only competitor tonight that has broken into 34 seconds. And really, Todd's got to pick it up a little bit because Ryan's going to run away with it back in the back.
Now, you talked about Todd having those 2 slow passes with Gravedigger and Max D having issues, and this might come back to haunt him. There's a look at Team Ice. They're going to win no matter what. But Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger, look at the air from LeDuc. But it is Son of a Digger. And you got to notice that Gravedigger wheel that he had put on his truck for this final round, and he is going to walk away with the racing win, 33.9.
That is the fastest time of the night. Ryan has 2 fastest times of the night, and he comes out on top for Team Ice, 24 points for the night. And Team Ice has got a lot of confidence going into Best Trick.
Team Ice has Team Fire reeling. The Great Clips Best Trick competition is next. Here comes Jim Kohler in Avenger for Team Fire. A great view inside the cab. And there's the look he's got. He's going to accelerate over the ramp, and look at the air from Mr. Excitement, Jim Kohler. This is not a high jump competition, but that was his trick, and he nailed it. Well done for Mr. Excitement. The fans in Vegas letting him hear it. Now Brianna Mahan representing Team Ice gets a go. A slap wheelie for Whiplash. She launches it across the ramp, and she's going to try to save it and nails it. A perfect landing for Whiplash. And Brianna Mahan, what a trick for her. She had an amazing freestyle in Orlando at World Finals, and she is out of the truck. Your new leader is Whiplash. And so far, it's been Team Fire dominating this second competition. But look at Tyler Menninga in Gravedigger now with a moonwalk. Gets it up on the nose, and he is just sitting pretty as he tries to take over the lead from Team Fire. Looking like he was going for another flip, but he's going to save this one. And he's now back into a wheelie. So we talk about Brianna not hitting what she meant to hit, but sometimes, Morgan, it is the things that you don't plan on that get you those scores. Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger now moving up into 3rd place. There's your winner. She has made history tonight. She had an incredible weekend in Orlando at Freestyle, getting on the podium and now adding to her resume as the first ever Best Trick competition winner in Las Vegas at the All-Star Challenge. So the dominant night for Team Ice continuing with Whiplash's win, 24 points going to Team Ice. And the women's evolution in Monster Jam continues, 24 points to Team Ice. And that is the difference so far. An excited Team Ice.
Hey Motorsports fans, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit subscribe before you go for all the latest news and highlights across motorsports.